Say something?
What?
Okay.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
Oh.
Okay, so this is BEP
Hey.
232. We are recording, pigs. Welcome to the Dropshot, a podcast. Episode number, bonus episode number 232. You already know who we are. Today, we've got a couple of ideas. So, yeah, Ben mentioned this. Oh, you guys put out so many episodes lately. Yes, because I was going to be gone like next week, the next 2 weeks, but it's going to be a later 2 weeks now. So that's why we've been doing this. It's kind of fucked our whole shit up, unfortunately. But
Kind of ruined our life entirely, yeah.
yeah, a little bit. But we're going to figure it out. So anyway, welcome to the show. Today, instead of doing the kind of usual lately, which is like a little Twitter roundup thing, it's been getting a little tired, I imagine. We're going to do something different. So first of all, what I want to start with is go into these micro topics that we have. We haven't done one of these in quite a while. It's a little more complicated having this channel now that we don't fucking play COD, but there is still some stuff in here that I think is at least worth going over. I don't know if each topic is actually going to be like 15 minutes or whatever, but could be shorter, could be longer. Anyway, I don't know. I figured it would be interesting, and, you know, some of you guys have put some thought into some of this stuff, so I think it's worth at least commenting on. Truth be told, don't really know where we left off. Oh, we have pinned messages. Oh, wow, that was a long time ago. Okay. Oh, this is a good one from Jakin. With COD being the #1 purchased and also played game again in November. Oh, this is from 2 years ago. We're still going to answer it because it's actually relevant right now. In November of 2024, on both consoles, despite being bad, do you think Call of Duty can ever actually die? Look at...
Oh, that is funny. That is relevant.
Look where we are now, man. Hey, would you look at that? Yes.
It's dying. It's dying.
It's currently,
yes. And it is.
Yeah.
It is possible. Yeah. And what was I? Oh, there was something when we were talking about this recently. Oh, it was kind of about like the Halo thing. I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but I saw a pretty viral tweet from some person talking about Call of Duty, and they're like, you know, people kind of figured this same thing with Halo. Like, Halo was an incredibly popular game, and it's just entirely dead now. Like, COD could eventually reach there, but it'll take years of how it's been to hit that. And I'm not sure that, you know, it would ever reach that point, just because people come back for Infinity Ward games no matter what. There's that group of people that are into those modern era games and play that shit, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, as we talked about a lot recently, 50% less players for a game that big in 1 year, which, I mean, to our knowledge, is the biggest drop ever in in franchise history, losing 50% of your player base in 1 year.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking
Could you
bad.
argue that maybe those other numbers were just inflated prior to that? Just because of, you know, maybe COVID popularity and more people had been gaming, kind of, but, you know, that was from like, what, that's still like 2023 or 2024 to 2025, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it definitely, it'll take years of really uninteresting games for it to happen.
Yeah. I also think it depends.
I think we're at the start of it. Yes. I think we're just at the start of it.
I agree. I also think it depends on what you mean by die. Like, they still make Halo games. They're still gonna make Halo games. But is Halo dead? I mean, yeah. Kind of.
Halo is definitely a dead game.
So if Halo
completely
constitutes dead, then Call of Duty can die, absolutely. And it might happen sooner than you think. honestly. Because, like, the only reason COD isn't, I mean, dude, yeah, again, losing 50% of your player base is really bad stuff. Like, really bad stuff. Whether or not we're comparing it to inflated numbers in the past, it's still really bad. Obviously. Because why aren't the numbers inflated this year, you know? But, oh my God, what was I saying?
Oh, you're a stupid fuck?
No, it wasn't that.
No.
Oh my God, what, dude? I hate when this happens. Holy shit. Anyways, this is what I was saying. Yeah, losing 50% of your player base, really bad stuff, obviously. And the only thing, like, just imagine this year, right? Because part of the reason COD does have, like, is really struggling this year, there are a lot of reasons, but one of them was Arc Raiders and Battlefield hype. Battlefield is no longer in the competition. They've been DQ'd. Like, they're out. They've been eliminated. It's a shit game.
Battlefield,
it's lost 90% of its player base. Like, Battlefield is no longer a real competitor, but it was at the time that it launched. Yeah. And that took away a lot of people who would have played COD, because that would have been the hype thing. They wouldn't have been playing right now either way, probably. But they bought Battlefield, and by the time they got tired of playing Battlefield, they weren't hyped about COD anymore, because COD hype died down a month ago or whatever. So then they just never got around to playing it at all, to maybe get like addicted and play it for longer than a month or whatever, you know? So like that was bad. And Arc Raiders, kind of the same thing. That drew, I'm sure, a lot of people away from BO7, and that's bad. But just imagine if like a good game came out at any time. Here's the thing. At any time, and it's very unlikely on an individual game basis, like, is Battle Pups going to be better than fucking
more
COD
pups?
And more popular? Probably not. Is fucking Marathon? Probably not. And we can like is High Guard? Definitely not. Like, we can run down the list, and when you look at each individual game, is like, is this going to be really popular and appeal to COD players? The answer will be no most of the time. But how about 100 games from now?
This keeps happening, and that's kind of what we had talked about with the launch of this game. Is you have Battlefield, you have the Arc launch. So some people, a lot more people are playing Arc. Some people are playing Battlefield. Some people just move on to other games, and that's what we've talked about so much. Is when the game is at its lowest, you have the potential to lose players who just move on to other games because they get bored. And that's, I mean, that's the way everything works. But, like you say you're bored of BO6 last year. You go on, you like, hey, I'm just going to like take a break. I'm sick of COD right now. Warzone sucks. Your friend is like, hey, hop on Enshrouded with me. I say that because Gabe and Ben have been playing it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, hop on Enshrouded with me. That person starts playing it, and they're like, damn, this game's fun. And they're like, oh, there's another game similar to Enshrouded. Next thing you know, that person forgot Call of Duty existed and they're gone. So every time the game has those lows, you're just going to lose a substantial amount of players. And this year, it was just a lot worse because of the popular game titles that launched at the same time, I think. And so many of those players, you're not really getting back.
Yeah, exactly. Like a lot of the reason COD has survived even until now, honestly, because like there have been ruts, and I guess one of those big ruts was not when I was playing, because I played like the original MW3 and then like stopped playing until BO4. So like in between those times there was, I don't know, Infinite Warfare or whatever, which is like bad stuff, but it wasn't this bad, first of all. And the reason it survived that and like has survived until now is honestly just like inertia. So first of all, arcade shooters were less tired. So people were still more excited about the genre as a whole. And there was just like inertia from people who play COD every year, just being like, oh, I'm going to keep playing COD every year. And if you lose that inertia for like an individual, like me, for example, I was just, for like 6 years, it was just, oh, I'm just going to buy the new COD game every year. Like, come hell or high water. That's just like a thing I do, is I play the COD game every year.
What. Yeah. That's
what like no matter what, I'll like try it, like whatever. But this year, because of, I mean, we did 2 episodes on the reasons why, but we lost that inertia. I didn't buy COD this year, and I'm definitely never buying a COD game again. Like, definitely not. They lost me for 1 year, and they are just not getting me back. And that is the problem, is every time, or oftentimes, 80% of the time probably, you lose a player for your new COD game, they are just not coming back, and you're not really going to attract new players to an arcade shooter at this point. Like, kids growing up now aren't going to be super into it. Now, I know there are young people who play arcade shooters, obviously, or COD rather, but
not as many as there used to be, though. That's
not nearly as many as there used to be. And they're also, by virtue of being young, they are very easily, or more easily, going to be drawn into a different game. So, like, if they start losing inertia, it's really hard to get people back, because even if the next COD game is really good, okay, well, it's an arcade shooter, haven't played COD in a year, and like, I'm not super hyped to get into it, but maybe I will because I'm not playing anything else. Or maybe I will because I have been playing other games, but they're not shooters, and I feel like the shooter itch. Or, like I was saying earlier, a new shooter comes out that's really fucking good and really popular and appeals to COD players. And then when a new COD comes out, you're definitely not going back. You're like, oh, bro, I'm already getting this itch scratched from Arc Raiders. And why would I come back to COD? Like, what's new this year? It's Modern Warfare 4. Okay. Like, I've been there and done that for so long. I'm onto this new thing, maybe a new genre. I'm getting my like shooter itch scratched, and there's just no reason to come back to COD because I know what they do every year, and I kind of know what I'm getting. Like, you can put in wall jumping. Honestly, at this point, you could put in jetpacks. You can put in grapple hooks. It's still fucking COD, and everyone knows that, and everyone who's played knows that. And if you do find something else that appeals to you, I just don't see you coming back. And I think, honestly, also, part of the problem is because they put out a new game every year, there are probably some people who are like, oh, this COD looks okay, but I'm having fun on Marathon, so I'll just wait till next year, because it's a new one every year. And then next year comes around, they're even less interested, and they're like, probably not, but I'll just wait till next year. I'll see what they do next year. And then all of a sudden, they haven't played COD in 4 years, and then they have a family. Like, that's just how this goes. So I could see COD dying, absolutely, if Halo is dead. I couldn't see them like, well, I mean, eventually I could see them just stopping making games altogether. I think that's quite far away, because it will like lumber on. It'll continue to be profitable for a very long time, I imagine, but it's gonna lose its place as like a household name, I think, pretty soon, honestly. Well, I would say rather, next year is kind of the last chance, I think. Infinity Ward is always the big dog. They always sell the most.
And they're gonna have the game's gonna get some popularity again from that, no matter what, because they're gonna do something different that's going to get a lot of traction, whether for good or bad. They're gonna do something DMZ-esque that a lot of casuals will be like, oh, this looks cool. They're gonna try. I guarantee you, they're gonna try to do something to kind of build off of what Ark is doing. Like a mode very similar to that, where maybe even honestly, I can see Call of Duty doing is copying that type of matchmaking that they do. Where if you're going aggro and killing everybody, you're getting put in lobbies with other people doing that. And if you're not getting put in lobbies with that. Because that would work, unfortunately, really well for a DMZ type game.
Yeah, it would for a DMZ type game.
It would work really well for them. It would do exactly what they want it to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So like I think next year is going to be pivotal to the future of COD, because it is like the marketing is going to be insane, and it's going to be very ambitious. Whatever it is, it's going to be way more ambitious than BO7, BO6, or MW3. Easily, it's going to be as ambitious as like MW2 was. And that's why you should be concerned if you want COD to live, because look at MW2. Really ambitious, really not good also. Really bad stuff, obviously. So will Infinity Ward drop the ball in that way again? Probably not. But will they hit a fucking home run? Also probably not. I think it'll be fine. Like, I think it'll be fine and really ambitious in the DMZ2 game mode or whatever that's going to be, but that's going to be like kind of a flop. So then they're going to be riding on the popularity of the classic COD experience, which is like 6v6 multiplayer, and it'll be okay, but it won't be that hype, and they'll see like more sales than they did this year. But then after that, what happens? Because Infinity Ward can't put out a game every year. That's when it starts to die. That's what I see happening, honestly. Or that's when it continues to die. It is already starting. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway.
What are you thinking?
Build your ideal Resurgence map with the POIs being your one favorite map from the last 5 to 10 CODs. Oh, that's kind of a cute idea. So imagine like an empty, like the Sahara Desert, but it's flat. And then you populate it with POIs, but they're just multiplayer maps. Doesn't make sense, actually. You need more than just multiplayer maps.
It's just listing our favorite POIs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just listing your favorite maps, isn't it? Yeah.
Which we've done.
Yeah. You could get real thoughtful about it and be like, all right, firing range should be in the middle of an island, and then fucking whatever should be the east. But yeah, we won't be doing that. So, yeah. You could do an episode talking about your favorite / the funniest clips in the Cat Piss Deaths channel. Explain what's going on in the clip and stuff. Yeah, we could. We won't go through all of them, but I will tell you my favorite Cat Piss death is pinned. I pinned it. Yes. It's so goddamn funny. It makes me laugh every time. It was me, Jake, and Cope playing Ranked on Urikistan. And we're fighting in a building. I died, and then Cope dies. And Cope is like, oh, that guy's the best. And then Jake challenges him. The guy is weak, too. And then Jake dies. And then he screams, the C9 isn't good. But he says it so loud that the good clips hard. So it's like, the C9 isn't good. It's so fucking funny. And then he's just losing his mind for like 2 minutes straight. I was crying,
he used to get mad.
Laughing. Yeah, I missed the Jake rage for sure.
Oh, you have a clip in here of the I like how every clip, always every cat piss death is always somebody saying it's the worst game I've ever played. Both of the two pinned clips both have somebody saying it's the worst game I've ever played.
Yeah. It's
God damn, that's funny.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, it would have been smart if we had been always pinning the really good ones, so we could look back at some point and just see like 30 really good ones. But unfortunately, we've never thought to do that, so we're not answering this question. Unfortunately,
yeah. But that's my favorite cat piss.
Nobody in our Discord plays the game anymore either, so there hasn't been a clip posted in like 2 months. So
yeah, that's also true. Yeah. So
and the last clip was also Battlefield. So no, it's not. That's actually BO7. I just didn't realize it.
Yeah, all FPS games are generic AI slop now, so you can't really tell at a glance.
I just saw the starting screenshot, and I'm like, well, this definitely isn't Call of Duty. And then I hit play, and within half a second, I could tell it's Nuketown. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's something that will happen.
Okay, so where were we at?
Anyway. Anyway, yeah, okay. So where were we at? Do you think Omni movement will be the standard movement going forward? Turns out it is. This is kind of a cute question from Patias. What makes a good teammate? What are some different play styles and how do they work or not work with one another?
We've answered a bunch of these, by the way. We just never pinned it. Like that question, I specifically remember talking about and answering. Like I recognize a bunch of these questions.
I don't think I asked, but okay. I think you're probably right. I mean, we definitely did a micro topic less than 2 years ago. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember this Katie one. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I talk about that.
Let's see. How about this one from Ben G? You often say Warzone isn't a true BR. What other BRs have you played? What BR tactics from those games work in Warzone and which don't, and why? I don't recall talking about this.
BRs have just evolved by now, so they really aren't the same. But it used to be like PUBG was the true battle royale. That was the one where it was like you didn't have multiple lives. You could get downed and you could get revived, but once you died, you were full dead. I think there's even a way in PUBG now to get your teammates back, because, yeah, I just think, you know what it really is a mode like that, a game like that worked in like 2016, 2017, 2018 when these were coming out. Like H1Z1 and then PUBG. But like once gaming hit that point where it was chocked full of casuals because of COVID, I honestly think that's what started shifting the game mode quite a bit, because then they realized that people don't want to sit there and watch their teammates for the rest of the match, because again, like there were so many new people to gaming, and the last thing you want that person to do is to die 2 minutes into the match and then have to sit there for 20 minutes. Like it doesn't make sense when you have that many people getting into gaming, buying gaming PCs. The popularity of building PCs and new people gaming in 2020 and 21 was fucking wild. Like, do you remember like all of these professional athletes were all of a sudden streaming on Twitch, building dual PC, or not building themselves, but paying somebody to build dual PC gaming setup, streaming, trying video games for the first time. I mean, everybody was doing it. You couldn't find PC parts because everybody was buying them.
Yeah.
So I think it all just shifted when all those new players hit the market, and they kind of just had to just change the way battle royales work. So it was probably basically only H1Z1 and PUBG were those are the two I personally played and I can think of that were like real BRs at one point. I mean, honestly, when Fortnite first came out, it was kind of like that too, I guess. You couldn't redeploy people in Fortnite. That was something they added in later too.
Oh, so did they add that at all? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, they've had it for a long time now. But when I played, I don't think they ever did. Maybe towards the end of when I was playing is when they added it. But yeah, they had like redeploy beacons.
Yeah.
Something like that. So, I mean, at this point, I would consider Warzone just a bog standard battle royale. Yeah, it is a BR now. It's just not what they used to be, but it's never been that way because of when it came out, I think.
Right.
Again, 2020.
Yeah, I agree.
2021.
Yeah, I agree. I also, when we were saying this really often is like during Caldera, when there were flares and redeploy packs and infinite buybacks, portable buy station fire sale for a $0 buyback. It was basically battle resurgence at that time. So they've rolled so much of that back, and now it is definitely more in line with a true BR, I would say.
Yeah.
Because I think like having a buyback or some buybacks, I think is in the spirit of like a true BR these days. Because like Tanner was saying too, yeah, BRs have evolved, and like getting someone back in the action is the standard now. Like you can do that in RedSec, you can do that in Warzone, you can do that in Fortnite, you could do that in Apex. But the difference when we were saying this often with Warzone was that it was very easy to get people back in Warzone. Like, dude, I had won matches probably. I wonder what my record is, but I've won games of Warzone, especially because I played with good players, where I had like 7 deaths. Like, that's not... And I was alive at the end. That shouldn't be possible. Like, you shouldn't be able to do that, you know? Yeah. And you really can't in any other BR that I'm aware of. So, yeah. What other BRs have I played? None, really. I mean, like, I've dabbled with Apex a little bit. I think I may have played PUBG, like, literally one time. Maybe? I don't know. But, yeah.
You never played it. Yeah.
I don't know. What BR tactics from those games work in Warzone? I mean, in general, I would say... Again, this is where you get into, like, what is your goal when you're playing a BR? Is it to get kills, or is it to win the game? If the goal is to win the game... Whatever BR tactics work in pretty much any other BR are going to work well in Warzone too. They're kind of the same. Yeah. Rotate in early and wisely. Hold a strong spot from which you can rotate safely. Get kills along the way, or defend your spot along the way. And like, as long as the BR is like a circle closing, that's going to be effective, you know? Yeah. Or it's going to get you as close as you can get, depending on how good you are. If your goal though is to just go get a bunch of kills, then the tactics are way different. Because like in Warzone, that means like, okay, get money quick, buy UAVs, be a good player, push shit, kill shit. Whereas like, you know, there aren't UAVs in Fortnite, I don't think, you know. So like I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you what the strat would be in like Fortnite to go get a lot of kills. I mean, one through line though would be go to hotspots for sure. Like land hot. You could do that in any BR once you know where the hotspots are and all that, but yeah. And then what tactics don't work in Warzone that work in other BRs or vice versa? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about those games to say. It's probably easiest to be really aggro in Warzone than any other BR. Because you can snowball UAVs, and if you're good, you just get more money and then buy more UAVs and then go kill more shit and then advanced UAVs, and then you just keep snowballing. I don't think you could do that.
The tactics really, just aren't the same. Because like Warzone, your life just doesn't matter at all anymore.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want. And that's why it's been so popular, because you can get away with being really bad.
Yeah, you can. So anyway, an overview of other extraction, survival, and shooter games that people are playing now. Hell Let Loose, ABI, Delta Force. I I mean, Delta Force is DOA as fuck. I saw some sponsored streams lately and they're just terrible. They look super shit. Dude, a lot of games, like, it isn't AI slop. Like, a lot of these games are not just AI slop. But that is the vibe I get from a lot of these games. That they're just, maybe not AI, but they're just slop. Like, Delta Force is just slop. ABI is just slop. They're just like, they feel plastic. They look plastic, you know?
They do.
Like, so many of these fucking games. High Guard, plastic slop. Marathon looks different, but it's not going to be good. War Dogs, we'll see. But like, a lot of it is just so, yeah, it just feels plastic. I don't know how better to explain it. Almost like free-to-play vibes. Like, nothing feels premium anymore, you know? Like, Battlefield feels premium, but it's a shitty game. That's the problem.
They all feel like fake games.
Yeah, they feel like, they're slop. They're just slop. The finals, slop, you know. Hell Let Loose is the exception there. That doesn't feel like slop or plastic. But it's just that Hell Let Loose is never going to be a popular game. It's way too complicated. It's way too complicated. And punishing and slow. And yeah, it's just never going to be popular. But they're not trying to be popular, you know?
No.
Like, they're trying to be their own thing. So, yeah. The only thing that, like, and then, so there's all this plastic slop. And then there are some games that are not plastic slop, like Tarkov or Battlefield or Call of Duty, that are just not good. It's like, okay, this feels like a real game, but it doesn't feel like a good game.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're not slop. They're not sloppy shit games. They're just shit games.
They're just shitty games. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, which unfortunately is all too common.
Many such cases is what I would say. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Play DMZ for 2 hours and talk about your experience? No, we're obviously not doing that, Ben. Hope
Motherfuck no. Yeah.
Most of the big Warzone streamers are still playing Warzone every day. If the game is bad, why is this? Do you speculate that they're just trapped, nothing better to play, have to maintain viewership? Everything all you asked, above. Yes, all of the above. A lot of them are trapped. Huskers is a good example. He's not interesting enough to ever be that popular in another game. He's good though, I guess, but pretty good. He's falling off because he's old. Yeah. Nothing better to play. This has been the one time there has been something better to play, and you've seen a lot of them playing different games. Yep. And then have to play to maintain view. Yeah, even like, I wonder how Swag does when he goes and plays Ark. What his viewers are like compared to COD, because he's always been known as a COD kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, he plays games like that a lot too. But yeah, more often than not, you're pretty much trapped to whatever game you became popular on. Until you reach like Tim the Tatman, Dr. Disrespect level where you're that popular, you're stuck playing that game where you're not gonna ever get viewers. You're just gonna slowly bleed them. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So I agree. Yeah. And by the way, like, most of the Warzone streamers are still playing Warzone every day. If the game is bad, why is this? Nothing better to play is a big one, and you're seeing that now. Because a lot of, like Swag, for example, he's a Warzone streamer, but he was still streaming Warzone every day, even though it was bad. And that was because he had no other options. If Arc Raiders had come out then, he would have been streaming Arc Raiders just as often as he is now.
Yeah.
If not more often. So that's definitely part of it. But it depends on the individual creator, because Swag is big enough to do that. He can afford to do it. But yeah, like someone like Huskers, they, as we're seeing, can't afford to do that. He is trapped. He's just not big enough or interesting enough, like Tanner was saying, to move off of Warzone.
Yep.
You know, which sucks, man. By the way, I feel for him. You know, that, yeah, like we kind of went through that with this podcast. We were like, felt like trapped by COD for BO6. And then eventually we're just like, fuck it, dude. Like, I'm just over it. I refuse to do it, you know?
Yep.
And fortunately, we have like, Tanner got back to work, and I have fewer obligations, so like, I can do it for a while. But but like these guys, like Huskers, he has way more obligations than I do. So like, he's getting pretty fucking good money, but he hates what he's doing.
Yeah.
And it's really stressful. Like, he can't just go get a job. I mean, he can, but he's taking such a huge pay cut doing that. So like,
probably,
he kind of is trapped, like.
Yeah. He might, I haven't watched him lately. He might maybe like Warzone a little bit now too. I mean, Metaphor does.
That's possible, I suppose.
Metaphor again tweeted the other day how this is easily the best Warzone has ever felt.
Metaphor's been playing a lot.
Warzone gameplay wise has never been better. That's what he said. Yeah.
Well, good for him.
And I believe it, actually. It's just not for me. Like, gunplay wise and stuff like that, it probably is really good. I'm still not playing it, but I can admit that.
Yeah. Yep. Anyway, what was I saying?
The Huskers is trapped and depressed.
Yes. Yeah, basically. So anyway, I don't know. That's about it for that. Lou, have you guys ever thought about how you might improve the process of gun building? Do you mean from like like the player standpoint or the developer standpoint? From the developer standpoint, yes. And we've gone to great lengths over the years explaining that, explaining how. Number one pro tip for the devs: whatever the gunsmith says an attachment does, it should probably do that and not other things.
Yeah.
So that's like step number one. Step number two, don't have a stat that says recoil stabilization and recoil control and recoil bounce and recoil shimmy. Because I don't know what those things mean. I don't know what the difference between those things is. And I could go on about that for quite a while. But yeah. But from the player perspective, not really. I mean, from the player perspective, what you should probably do is go to Biffle's stream, type in !STG and copy that.
Yeah.
Because it might not be like the best
STG
build,
in the game?
but it'll be pretty close and it will be good enough.
Yeah.
Because like those guys are so good, they can have like suboptimal builds and do well, but they're not terrible builds, obviously. Anyway, oh, you meant from the developer side. I should have kept reading. Changing things like how many attachments are allowed, tweaking the pros cons. Yeah, there are a lot of things you can do with like the gunsmith. I think you allow 5 attachments, even though each gun will have more than 5 attachment slots, or the vast majority will. And then you, I liked the way it was done in MW3, where you could have, for example, a stock that gives you sprint to fire speed and a laser and a rear grip and a barrel. Because they like got away from that because they wanted to simplify things with, I think, BO6, where they were like, if you want sprint to fire speed, you're only getting it from a laser.
Like one attachment,
like that's the only slot where you can get that benefit from. I don't think I liked that. I think we might have praised it at the time, at least initially, because it is simpler that way. But also it gives you way less variety. Because like one thing that was really cool was oh God, what was the gun? There was a gun in MW3 Warzone. It was an SMG where you could have like a super movement speed build. And a lot of people ran it. Fuck, I'm not going to remember the name of it. Yeah. MW3 Warzone, you put on like the short barrel, which you normally wouldn't really do for an SMG. And then you put on everything else. Laser, rear grip, shit like that. It was one of the DLC guns, I'm almost positive.
Wasn't the HRM, was it?
No. It might have been No, it wasn't the HRM. I think it was from MW3 that I'm thinking of, but I'm not positive. No.
Striker, maybe? One of the Strikers you could build really fast, couldn't you?
It wasn't the Striker.
WSP Swarm?
No.
WSP 9, Ram 9, HRM, Horus. That was a quick one, wasn't it?
The Horus might have been it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Read some other ones?
Soupy Boy. It was that one.
Supery. It was the Supery. Yes, it was the Supery. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they would build it, it'd be really fast, but it'd have a lot more recoil.
It would have more recoil and it would have like less velocity and less damage range. But you moved so fast with it that it was worth it. So like you could build your Supery that way, or you could build it standardly. So, you know, put on like what you'd put on any other SMG and it would still be good. But like, that was cool. You had these trade-offs that actually mattered. And what you were gunning for is what you could build. But then when we got to, I think it was BO6, it was like, okay, well, I mean, if I'm building an AR, I always want bullet velocity, and I can only get that from the barrel. So I'm always doing the barrel, the same type of barrel every time. And then I like, you know, from the whatever rear grip, I always want like whatever it was. So that was really boring. But it was simpler, which is what they were going for. So I just preferred having some latitude to like build a gun how I want. Yeah. But anyway.
Yep.
For BO6, what are your ideal gun stats for AR subs and snipers? Assume the time to kill gun is meta. Oh.
We're not answering this.
Too late for that one, Lou. Sorry, buddy. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the next micro topic.
Yeah.
From Jitsi.
I would love to hear your review on it.
I need to play it.
Yeah, you never will, but you do always say that.
I do always say that, and I never will, but yeah.
Yeah. It's getting close to a replay for me.
Is it? It's getting about that time?
It's feeling that way.
Yeah, that'll happen.
It's feeling that way.
That'll happen. Yeah. Yeah, I have, KOTOR is my game like that. Just a single player RPG that you gotta revisit it. You gotta get back in the saddle every once in a while. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Steel Switch. Imagine COD drops the yearly release cycle and ditches the Modern Warfare and Black Ops split entirely. From now on, it's just Call of Duty a number. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every 2 years. And during those 2 years, all zombies updates, Warzone updates, and multiplayer content live inside that single title until the next number is announced. Would this be better? No. That would not be the way to do it, I don't think. Call of Duty a number would not be hype. That would kill hype. I think they need to keep their little universes. However, it might be time to get off the yearly release cycle. Yeah, for sure.
And I could see them doing that relatively soon here.
I could.
If they keep losing player counts, they need to try some other things. Maybe they think they can drum up more hype that way. Maybe they think the games need more time to develop. Maybe they think they need just more time to think about what they're going to do. Yeah. If there's going to be a time to change that, it's going to be real soon here.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they already have changed the release cycle, actually, because they do the same game 2 years in a row now. So it is different.
Kind of. Yeah. But I could see every 2 years being okay for them, maybe. Because you could still have whatever 3 devs and then just do a game every other year. Because like every 2 years is still way too fast if it's only one dev team. So if that's what you are advocating for, that just would not work, especially in current year. Games are there is too much the consumer demands out of a video game to fully develop one that has enough in it that's polished every 2 years by one dev team. It just can't be done. So it would have to be like minimum every 3 years, like, you know, most games, or keep multiple devs, and then they could in that case, they could get away with every 2 years. Yeah. which maybe they should do. I'd almost want to say every 18 months, but then you're not getting like the holiday sales shit. So maybe that's a bad idea. I don't know how important that is to them.
Yeah.
But like even just a couple more months would do them so much good.
Probably
like look at Call of Duty. I think so. It depends on the game, but like look at COD World War II. Like 6 months in from that game's launch, it was like perfect, but everyone had given up on it by then. So imagine if that had been cooking for another 6 months. You know what I mean?
But they don't know what to cook. They probably have the time. They just don't know what to do. Once you release it and everybody has a bunch of critiques and be like, yes, this game's fucking ass. This is what it needs change. Then they change everything. So yeah, I'm actually on the page now where I don't think it matters how much time they get to develop a game, because you don't always know how it's going to be received. Like they genuinely probably think some of these games are going to go over so well, and then they're just a massive failure.
Yeah.
Like MW2, for example.
Yeah, true.
They obviously thought they were
That's
really
true too, though. That's a good point.
So
if they
I don't
spend
think
3
the time
years on a
span
game,
matters.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good
point. And then
point.
also, if you get more time, they're just working slower. It's going to be the same outcome no matter what. They're just going to get an extra year, and they're just going to be lazier and just not do as much.
Yeah. No, that's such a good point, though. Imagine if MW2 had 2 more years to cook. It still would have been shit.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Because the ideas are bad, and then it burns. Yeah. So never mind. They should keep it to the yearly cycle. Yeah, that's such a good point. Yeah. From Patias, how the motherfuck do you balance one-shot snipers or snipers in general in an FPS game, or what is the best example you've seen? After playing different games, I'm realizing it's fairly complex. There are a lot of people who like to snipe in FPSs, so just making no one-shot snipers isn't really fair to them. But things like the time to kill and reducing recoil on full auto guns makes it easier to shoot snipers at range, but also affect close range gunfights. Map design's a variable too. Your gear and extraction shooters and how accessible the ammo is a variable. I don't know, something to think about. It's not a problem in Hell Let Loose, by the way.
Thanks, Pat.
Thank you, Pat. Yeah, it isn't a problem in Hell Let Loose because there's only fucking, 2 snipers squads? Or is it just one?
Well, there are 2 snipers on each squad, 2 sniper squads, or 2 snipers on each team. 2 spotters, 2 snipers max.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. If anyone could snipe in Hell Let Loose, that game would be completely unplayable. It would be just completely unplayable.
It would be, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if everyone had the Car 98 with the 8x optic, the game would be so much different.
It would be awful.
Because it's the only class that gets an optic. No other class does.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's how you balance it in that game, but that's, yeah, okay. Didn't ask. But who cares about that? Because that's not like, that's a very unique game. So, but in general, how do you balance snipers? I think if you're going to have snipers in your game, they have to be a one-shot kill to the head. Just start there. They have to be a one-shot kill to the head. Because otherwise, why the fuck am I sniping? Like, every other gun would have to be so bad for snipers to be good, even if they don't one-tap to the head. Or, it's just not worth sniping at all. So like the number one thing you have to do is like at the very least, and maybe even more than this, but at the least, your sniper has to one-shot kill to the head. Honestly, I don't think it is. It really depends on the game you're talking about. Because if we're talking like multiplayer COD, snipers should, it depends on the sniper, but like the more lethal it is, the bulkier it should be, the slower it should be, and the more flinch it should have. So like, you know, I should not be able to one tap you in the tummy with a fucking Car 98 because it ADS is too quick, it rechambers too quick, period. Or like an SVD, like obviously that would be overpowered, like it's semi-auto, you know what I mean? But you know, something like the HDR in multiplayer, yeah, it one taps you pretty much anywhere, but it's slow as fuck, and there's a bunch of scope glint. I think that's like relatively balanced in multiplayer, actually. Because if someone runs up on you, you're just kind of fucked. But when you get to like Warzone, well, then it's more complicated. And balancing snipers is really, as you pointed out, really more about balancing other options so that they can compete. But, you know, if an HDR is looking at me from 200 meters and I have an AK, I should lose this fight. Like, it's going to be hard to click on my head, but not impossible. But it's not going to be that hard to hit me anywhere twice and then I'm dead. And that's the advantage you have as a sniper. You can shoot shit from really far away. Whereas if it's the same setup, but we're at 20 meters, well, I'd much rather have the AK now. That's like the pros and cons of it. And the balance there is that, again, the sniper should have, if it's that powerful, if it can one shot to the head, like at any range, it should be slow ADS, should have a lot of scope glint, and you should incur a lot of flinch if you're being shot. It should be basically impossible to hit a shot if you're getting beamed. You know, that's how you balance it. But like the problem with snipers in Warzone 1 was the Kar 98 was a one shot to the head at any range. It ADS'd really fast. It had no idle sway. It rechambered pretty fast. And there wasn't that much flinch. There was some. And worst of all, it had fucking aim assist. So like that was insane. That was an insane thing to do. That is not how you balance snipers. That just shouldn't have been a one-shot kill to the head at any range. It should have been inside of a range, period. Or nerf the gun in some other way. More idle sway, whatever. So I think it's doable. Like, I think it's doable in multiplayer, like arcade style games. I think it's doable in BR games. And even in extraction shooters, that's where it's arguably the hardest. But like extraction shooters aren't about balance. It's about how much, like the balance of a sniper rifle in an extraction shooter should be that it's expensive to run. The ammo is expensive to run. So if you run it, you do have an advantage if you're smart and like you get in a good spot, but you're also risking more because you'll lose a more expensive gun, you know? And then you're still disadvantaged because if someone runs up on you, you'd probably rather not have a sniper. But like, you know, snipers on paper sound really fucking good in extraction shooters, but most people don't use them actually. Because like, yeah, I could just rat somewhere and like, there shouldn't be scope glint or anything, and there isn't. So like, I could just rat somewhere in Tarkov, go prone, somewhere random on woods overlooking fucking lumber, and I'll get kills. Like, I'll get kills. People just won't see you and you'll get kills. But like, no one plays this way. It's super boring, and you'd have to go loot the kill, or you'd want to. And a lot of raids, you would spend 40 minutes just looking there and like not find anyone. I mean, I guess looking at lumber, that probably wouldn't happen, but you know, and if you miss once, then they're on your ass with a fucking MDR, and now it's going to be pretty rough for you unless you're nasty. So I think snipers are not that hard to balance, and you should err on the side of underpowered, but they should pretty much always be a kill if you shoot them in the head in a non-BR context. And maybe also in a BR context. I just need to think about it more. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it all just comes down to time to kill, really. So that's why like people in Tarkov don't use them that often, because every single game or every single gun in the game will one tap to the face if somebody doesn't have like a face shield or something. So doesn't really make sense to even carry like a bolt action sniper in a game like that.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Like you might as well just use like a SR-25. You're killing it basically the same range, but you have way better odds up close. Yeah.
Yep, way better. Yeah.
But that's also why in the fucking military, people called snipers will use like SR-25s, like DMRs, you know, like the Reaper. Dude, I posted the funniest fucking thing in quality memes.
Did you?
It's a 2-minute video of the Reaper talking. It's not meant to be funny, but it's hilarious. Talking about Delta Force. It's like 2 minutes long. And like a minute and a half into it, he's like, I've never seen guys pop out and pluck people, pause, pluck dudes, pause again. And he's like dead serious. It's so fucking funny.
Who's the
it's
Reaper?
So like out of context. I don't know. So he's been on a bunch of podcasts.
Oh.
Some guy who has a lot of sniper kills. Like he used a DMR. Like there's a reason these are used, you know? Like bolties are, I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, that's that. Let's see. Shit on Marathon a bit more since it's releasing soon and people think it will be at all playable. The only good thing I have to say about Marathon is that it looks unique. It has a unique art style, which I like. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, we'll call it that. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
That's about it. But yeah. And then do a cursory review, of the SPS game, The Finals. No. This is another game that looks like complete fucking slop. Like I watch it.
The Finals, it's been out for a while. It actually looked kind of fun. Yeah. It looked fun at one point, but yeah, it's shit.
Yeah, it looks completely shit to me. It looks completely shit to me. It doesn't look fun to me. That's the thing. It looks very, I don't know.
But it looks unique, man. Stupid fuck.
It doesn't look that unique at all.
Stupid fuck idiot.
It looks like Roblox.
You are a stupid fuck idiot. My God.
Pat says Tarkov versus ABI episode. No. Emergency roundtable. We won't be doing that. Although I will say, when you talk about Tarkov versus ABI, I'd rather play Tarkov.
ABI is slop. ABI is Chinese
ABI is just slop. Yeah. The advantage ABI has, though, is the ranked idea is cool, actually. And you get in way more gunfights in ABI. And it's also more new player friendly. Like you can, there's like there's an in-game map that shows where your extracts are. Like, and there are like, PvP is less punishing. That's like good and bad though. That makes it easier to get into it, but it makes it harder to stay into it.
Yeah. Basically
is the problem. So like in the long run, I think Tarkov's just a way better, way richer game. Way deeper, more fun game.
Way more depth, it seems like.
Yeah, definitely. But at the same time, if I just want to start blasting, I'm going to queue Armory ABI, and it's going to be pretty fun. Like, I guess you could say the same about like Tarkov Factory, but not really, because the loot in Factory is dog shit. So no good players. Yeah, I guess you'd say labs, right? Yeah.
Lab.
Good point. Labs would be more like, as far as PvP goes, Armory.
Labs seems to have PvP again.
Yeah, that's a good point. So anyway, I don't know. I liked ABI quite a while for like a week or two, but then I finished all the tasks and I was like, oh, there's nothing else to do in this game. I'm bored. So yeah. Anyway. You talk about streamers taking deals to play certain games and how that affects the gaming industry. For example, IMO took some deal to not play ABI for 30 days from someone. That's weird. Not sure who. And someone is getting paid to play Delta Force for another game.
There's definitely something missing from that IMO. however you say that statement, because it's like obviously they paid him to play a different game for 30 days. So don't fucking word it that way.
Yeah,
Pat.
that was a weird way to word that.
They didn't just pay him to not play ABI.
Yeah.
They just paid him to play their game, and part of the deal was you have to play our game only for 30 days.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have an issue whatsoever if they make it public information, but I don't know how often these people are doing it and hiding it. Yeah. Because I don't think technically you can do that, but maybe you can. Because like with ads, if you're getting paid, you have to clearly say that it's a paid advertisement, you're sponsored, #ad. Like there are a lot of rules that you generally have to follow. So if there really are streamers out there just getting paid thousands of dollars and not making that public, that's wrong in my opinion. But like if companies are paying them to do that, yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I don't think it affects the gaming industry that much. Because here's the reality about like sponsored streams. Number one, it's obviously worth doing because it's been going on for so long. Like there is some ROI on that. So, you know, like all these companies are not dumb, you know, like Delta Force is making money by paying Tom, Dick, and Harry to stream their game. But like for real gamers, this doesn't matter.
No,
like I'm not going to be like I'm not going to buy Delta Force just because fucking, you know, Summit or whoever did a sponsored stream on it. Like I'm going to still have to like the game. I think the impact is really only good because they have to disclose it. So I know why they're playing it. So that's good. And also because if it looks like it would be fun, I'll buy it. So then I've been introduced to a product I want. Good. Everyone's happy. Or it doesn't look like it's good or that I'd want to play it. And then I don't buy it. And then the only downside is like my favorite streamer is not playing the game I want him to play right now. But whatever.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck? So I don't think it's like a corrosive or bad thing that this happens at all. I think it's fine. I think it would be squirrely if they didn't have to disclose they were sponsored, though. I think that it could get a little weird. And that's a relatively recent law, by the way. In the last, like, less than 10 years, I want to say, you had to put, like, #sponsored and shit in your streams titles or whatever.
Yeah, that's, you know, someone is getting paid to play Delta Force and other games. Does he, though? Because usually they'll do, like, the sponsored stream things. Because, I mean, those game companies, they don't want to get in trouble for doing that shit. They can get in big trouble for, you know, not having the people disclose that it's a paid advertisement. So I don't think that's a risk they'd be willing to take, other than a game like ABI where they're Chinese, they're communists and they don't care and they don't follow the rules.
And even then
I can see them
Landmark
just
still
paying
does it.
people.
Yeah. But he puts like #ABI partner every time.
Oh, okay. Then that's clearly
right.
That's clearly revealing that you're sponsored. So he has no issue with that. Yeah, I mean, Landmark doing a sponsored ABI streams doesn't make me want to play it.
Right.
So it doesn't, you know.
Right. Yeah. And we got a couple more, so we'll just close these out. Let's see. Do an ep on all the different robots out there and AI.
I won't be doing that. Pat.
No.
Yeah.
No. I don't think robots are interesting at all. I think AI is interesting. I think robots will be interesting.
They're not
kind of
interesting, either of them, yeah.
But like not yet. And also like imagine the perfect robot that's like, you know, can do a bunch of cool shit. The materials to like manufacture that, let alone the cost of the research that you'll pay when you buy a robot, is going to be so high. It's going to be so high. Because what is a fucking robot that's really good at shit going to be made out of? Like a bunch of rare precious metals and crazy batteries and shit. It's going to be really expensive just physically. And you'll be paying for the research of it too. So it's going to be so fucking expensive. Like tens of thousands of dollars to get like a cool robot. Not a fucking Roomba, You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. This is not like the microwave or something where it's gonna, or a refrigerator anytime soon, you know? So I don't know. But yeah, the stupid dog from Boston Dynamics that they kick over, it's cool, but like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck. It's like, yeah, whatever. And then AI and its place in gaming, from Steel. Yeah, it's coming and it's going to continue to come. Pause.
Pause.
It's just, yeah, it's inevitable. And if it's used well, you'll never know it's AI. And soon all AI will be so good that it will be indistinguishable from like a person. So it's just, you're getting more stuff in your product that they can make basically for free. So good. I'm happy about it. I'm happy. Hey, I'm happy with progress. So yeah,
I'm happy with whatever gives us the best possible video game.
Exactly.
If that's AI, great. If it's human, great. Just stop making slop.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And I don't care about the lost jobs due to AI. Let me make that clear.
Yeah, obviously not. So anyway.
Yeah.
All right, that's it, fellas. Hope you enjoyed. We will be back on tomorrow, Saturday. Until then.
Well, yeah, I guess so.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.